Let's get more Formula One now, and the F1 Commission met today with many items on the agenda, including the events of last season's controversial finale in Abu Dhabi. Let's speak live to our reporter Craig Slater. Now, Craig, good afternoon to you. So much has been said over the last few months about how it ended in Abu Dhabi. What was discussed today?
Well, today was the big moment. That's what we'd billed it as. It was the moment that the inquiry, the FIA inquiry, Formula One's governing body, were going to present its findings into the Abu Dhabi investigation to the teams and, by extension, to Mercedes driver Lewis Hamilton. And we'd been reporting, of course, that Hamilton was waiting on the results of this inquiry to decide whether he carries on in F1 or not. Well, I have to say, with regard to Abu Dhabi, what was announced today, I think, can only be described as inconclusive. A very brief paragraph, but it did say that the FIA president led detailed discussions of the 2021 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Feedback from the Commission on matters raised will be incorporated into the President's analysis. But I think this is the significant part of what was announced today. The President will publicly present news of structural changes and action plan in the coming days. Structural changes would suggest a change in personnel, potentially, with regard to the race director. So is it now set for Michael Masi perhaps to move position within the FIA? There's been significant suggestions from insiders I've spoken to that he might take on a safety role and that perhaps other individuals will look after the race direction itself. And I think if that were confirmed in the coming days, then that would be the material change that perhaps Mercedes and Lewis Hamilton are looking for them to feel comfortable about embarking on this 2022 campaign.
And aside from this incident, what else was on the agenda this afternoon?
Well, big news regarding sprints. We'd explained how, despite the ambition for Formula One to have 6 sprints in the new season, only 3 are going to be held. That's in a compromise to the teams who are wrestling under cost cap conditions with the expense of building these very new cars for the 2022 season. So it was unanimously voted through that there would be 3 sprints instead of 6, but a revised format for the whole sprint system. So the fastest qualifier on Friday at one of the 3 sprint events will take pole position for the Grand Prix, but there will be more points on offer for the sprint itself. In fact, there'll be 8 points to 1 for the best finishers in that third distance sprint race. We will get confirmation of exactly where they will be held as well today. They're going to be at the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix, the Austrian Grand Prix and the Brazilian Grand Prix. So Imola, Austria and Interlagos in Brazil will host the 3 sprints. Silverstone will not get one this year. Significantly as well, the FIA addressed the matter that arose from the Belgian Grand Prix, where, if you remember, half points were awarded for a race that was run entirely behind the safety car. That will not happen in future. At least 2 laps will be required of open racing, that's to say green light racing, without a safety car or a virtual safety car involved, for any points to be awarded at a Grand Prix. So significant news with regard to the sprint and with curtailed or shorter races. But I think the big headline today, although in a sense it's been inconclusively expressed, is that there are structural changes planned by the FIA as a result of what happened in Abu Dhabi. And if you put 2 and 2 together, you have to assume that means new personnel or a new individual as the race director.